Om. Invocation. Sahana bhavantu, sahana bhunaktu, sahavidyam karavavahai, tejasvinavadidamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namah Shivaya and welcome to meditation. I want to apologize. For a couple of days we skipped recording meditation. We started teaching the morning classes at the soccer field, and if you guys are around, please show up for that. Catherine and I are teaching the morning classes, and then Sam is going to start teaching evenings starting on Monday, but we may have a couple of other classes thrown in there also. Or maybe Kundalini, maybe a Yin class, so we're working on the schedule right now for the 6 p.m.s weekdays. So I do want to apologize because it just got hectic, and then we would come in and we would do like 4 or 5 different things, and then it was like 2 o'clock, and it was kind of crazy getting the new schedule going. So I want to apologize for not recording new meditations for the past couple of days. I wanted to talk today a little bit about this idea of yoga always making you happy in the beginning, right? Or like you should be happy. I heard somebody say that the other day, that they wanted to always have this happiness from yoga. And I thought about, like, there's a point in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna tells Arjuna, the things that make you the happiest in the beginning will make you saddest in the end. And the things that make you unhappy in the beginning will make you happy in the end. And when you kind of think about life is very much like that. We end up, we end up doing things all the time that we have complete happiness in the beginning. Like, whether it's eating vegan ice cream. Oh, that's so good. Then after a whole summer of eating vegan ice cream and gaining like 5 extra pounds, the vegan ice cream makes you like unhappy. The same thing is true with like, or reverse it and like say, well, exercising. I mean, there's very few people who just love to get up in the morning and exercise, but in the end, exercising over time, as time goes on, you will be happier that you did it because you'll be healthier in so many ways. And yoga is a little bit like that too. When you come to a yoga class, and I had this experience a few days ago teaching, the teacher may try to get you to become more aware of what you're actually doing in an asana, right? What is the foot doing? What is the hand doing? Are you leaning forward? Is your weight in the front of the foot or the back of the foot? Are you standing up tall? Are you slouching? Are you rounding? And the teacher may say, generally, not calling someone out specifically, but say, make sure that your back foot is turned in and your front foot is parallel to the edge of the mat and not turned out or turned inward, and a lot of times what happens is then with certain times, certain people, getting all that information, they're not happy, right? Because yoga isn't just this feel-good moment of that they're just having a kiki and a good time and an experience that's comfortable. The experience actually becomes uncomfortable because they're starting to actually notice that even when I turn this foot in and that foot out a little more, I start to confront some tightness maybe in the hip or the inner thigh, and that doesn't feel good as when one foot's kind of all the way back here and the other foot's a little to this angle. Or, when you like a warrior two, everybody kind of, even if you just meditate and you don't really practice yoga asana, like if the teacher says, make sure the thigh is parallel to the ground instead of like, at a candy cane shape almost. And that requires like the inner thigh to open up, and if there's tightness in there, that's intense, and that's not going to confront that. It's not going to make you happy. That warrior two is not going to make you happy. You're not going to be bubbling over with it's going to be frustrating. It's going to be difficult, but over time you keep working at it, and keep working at it with a sense of intention and a desire to have the hips open up. They will open up, and you're going to end up being able to walk better and stand up better, and you'll have less lower back pain or less knee pain. So, but it's that beginning thing where it's not so much fun, right? It's just not something that's going to make everybody happy, or it's not a feel-good moment. It's actually kind of difficult. And the same thing is true when we talk about like meditation. Like, the first time you start to sit down on the cushion, it's uncomfortable, my knees hurt, my ankle is going to sleep, my back hurts, my lower back hurts, in the middle of my back hurts, I want to slouch, and the teacher will say, set up straight, like kind of engage your body so that you're in better posture, so that your lower back doesn't hurt. And then it's just like, this isn't fun. I don't feel good. This isn't making me happy. And then people give up. They give up. Or then they find a teacher that doesn't say, set up straight, be aware of your posture, be aware of your breath. They just let you do what you want to do, right? Because that will make you happy. Then you feel like that. Then that's like what yoga should be. And what you end up with is you really never learn to meditate. You never really learn to overcome the mind and the body. You keep associating everything with the mind, the body, your emotions. Are you happy? Or are you not happy? Are you sad? Is this good? Is it bad? And it goes on and on and on. And in the end, you really do want to develop a practice, both in yoga asana and meditation, where the preference of that day is not there. Like, the preference to a teacher, or the preference to how you are experiencing that asana when somebody says, bend a little deeper, go a little deeper into this, breathe into it, don't resist. And I want to be clear, there's a difference when we're talking about injury and a kind of just, I don't want to feel the intensity of the tightness of the body. And the same thing is true of meditation. When, there's silence and the mind starts churning and racing, I wish they would tell me what to do. I wish they would talk. I wish they would give me more information about what I'm experiencing. And then that's when, you're looking for a feel-good moment, instead of actually focusing more, challenging yourself a little more to try to go deeper into the meditative state. And so meditation, or asana, or any other form of yoga may not make you feel good in the very beginning. It may actually make you feel uncomfortable. It may actually kind of even trigger a little bit of frustration or resentment, that it's hard, that it's not easy. And if that comes up, then embrace it. Embrace it and realize that maybe why it's coming up is because there's some energetic blockage within you that is keeping you from moving beyond it. And when I say that, I mean that on a physical manifestation, such as tight hamstrings, or an emotional block, a psychological block. Any of those kind of things can be an energy block. But the practice itself is overcoming those blocks. So here today, we're going to work a little bit more on less talk and more silence. More of that ability just to experience. So find your seat. And you want to sit so that your posture is as perfect as you can have it. If you need to even sit in a chair, I don't mind. But make sure that the shoulders are over the hips, the chin is parallel to the floor, and the spine is erect, and that the body is being consciously supported. You don't want the body to be rigid, but you're not relaxing as if you're in a lazy boy lounge chair. You're actually very aware of your seat in meditation. It's important that you are aware of the seat, that you're conscious of it, and you are consciously keeping your body upright without tension in the body, unnecessary tension. Then close your eyes and focus your mind, drawing your senses inward. And allow the breath to deepen. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Notice how when you start to lengthen the inhale and the exhale, the mind automatically calms. As you inhale, hear the sound of Om within yourself. Om. As you exhale, hear the sound of Om within yourself. Om. Continue to inhale the sound of Om. Om. Continue to exhale the sound of Om. Om. Inhaling the sound of Om. Exhaling the sound of Om. Continue to focus on the nadam, or the sound within you. Silently tell yourself, I am not this body. Silently tell yourself, I am not this mind. Silently tell yourself, I am not these thoughts. Silently tell yourself, I am not these emotions. Silently tell yourself, I am not these experiences. This experience will pass, and tomorrow will be a new experience. And the past will be behind you. The future you will be unable to control. And all you have is the moment. Tell yourself you are Swayambakashit, self-illuminating. Eternal, everlasting light. Inhale deeply for the sound of Om. Bringing the hands together in prayer. Bowing the head slightly to meet the hands. Giving thanks for the teachers who have brought us these teachings of yoga from the past, the present, and those that are still yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you for so much for showing up today and meditating. I know that I tried to be a little more silent through today, and just allow you to have that experience of not feeling like I needed to entertain or like to remind you. And I think it's harder. It's harder for myself even to stay in that meditative state with and on my own. And I find that even for me to talk to you or to say, remind you to inhale or exhale, then I'm actually maybe drawing you out of the meditative state because I have to come out of the meditative state. And there's that bit of discomfort that you have to confront, and that sense of everything being inward, of dealing with the internal stuff instead of external stuff. And that's that moment of that it may not make you happy at first. Over time it will. In the end it will, but not in the beginning. It's very difficult. Be love, and I will see you next time.